Well, that was a video about Palantir, the most powerful spying machine you've never heard of. And a lot of military action going on in that particular video. Those drone swarms in particular are pretty spooky. But anyway, the CIA, they can't operate without it. The Pentagon can't function without it, and Wall Street can't trade without it. So here's how the US government allowed a $300 billion surveillance company to track everyone's move. And believe me, they are. The history of it was founded in 2003 after 9/11. Its mission was to get software ready to prevent terrorist attacks. And then venture capital refused to back it to the tune of $2 million. That $2 million came from the CIA. They've always been a CIA front, guys. And of course, the first client was US intelligence. And what it does is collects and analyzes all kinds of data, calls, emails, bank records, CCTV, police databases, finds hidden links, and predicts people's behavior. Products. Well, they've got a couple of them. Two main ones anyway. There's software called Gotham for military, police, and intelligence. Maps terrorist networks, tracks targets in real time, and it was used in the hunt for Osama bin Laden. And there's a software product called Foundry. That one's for corporations and government. It unifies finance, HR, logistics, healthcare data. Airbus predicts aircraft failures. Ferrari optimizes F1 races, and hospitals forecast ICU demand. So one of the controversies they had not long ago in 2012 was a project with the New Orleans Police Department. Wow, was it that long ago? Doesn't seem like it, but I remember this when it happened. It was a Minority Report type policing setup where algorithms flagged high-risk individuals for potential future crimes. No consent, no oversight, just potential future crimes. JP Morgan used Palantir to monitor employees. Emails, calls, badge swipes, browsing history, even executives were tracked. Finance and politics, while they operated at a loss for 17 years, no wonder the venture capitalists didn't want to get in. And today's valuation, while it's worth $300 billion, they say, comparable to Bank of America. Data's where the money is, guys, and they've got it. So March 2025, Trump signed an executive order requiring all federal agencies to integrate their databases, tax, healthcare, immigration, surveillance, into Palantir Foundry. So Palantir is no longer a controversial startup. It has become core infrastructure for U.S. intelligence, the military, corporations, and Wall Street. Now, to go along with that, we have this report about data centers. The world has 11,800 data centers right now for this system, this beast system. The U.S. has the most. Almost half of the worldwide data centers are in the U.S., 5,381. And all the other countries are represented accordingly. And the rest of the world that isn't on this chart has 1,469. And then, of course, this was one of Trump's presidential actions, which was to accelerate federal permitting of data center infrastructure so that everything's being integrated, so to speak. So AI governance infrastructure is going up nationwide. There are over 5,000 data centers in the U.S., and the number is only increasing. As of 2025, massive data centers are already active in Texas, Tennessee, Wisconsin, under construction in Oklahoma, Wyoming, Ohio, Louisiana, and Pennsylvania. Approved for construction in Idaho, Kentucky, South Carolina, Iowa, Nebraska, South Dakota, and others. Alice Bailey claimed that 2025 would act as a transitional catalyst into the golden age, which is why Trump keeps talking about it. They've been in on this game for many, many years. So the golden age is just an esoteric name for the Antichrist beast system. And clearly we're seeing a transition into a new type of digital control system courtesy of the Trump administration. A new system requires new infrastructure. They aren't just data centers. They're AI surveillance hubs with power demands bigger than entire cities. Yes, and that's why everybody that's near them, their power bills are going through the roof. Our data will be used against us. Every move we make online and IRL will be logged in these data centers. AI will scan, sort, and profile all of it in real time in order to mark dissenters. Indeed, they will. And I think they already have. They already know who most of us are. They know where we stand, what our opinions are, likely outcomes of what we would do in different scenarios. They've got it all mapped out. At least they think they do. Anyway, That's the plan, to get all this data set up and ready to be used against us. And of course, Palantir is going to be the software to do it and also has the AI to enforce it all, as I just showed you in that opening video. Wow, guys, things are getting crazy. And of course, now we have this. Ed Dowd says that the imminent global deep recession will be used to usher in CBDCs. So Edward Dowd, a financial expert on Wall Street and other matters, he's a data cruncher is what he is. And he discusses the current state of the financial system, particularly the United States' reliance on debt expansion and monetary interventions. And so Ed Dowd says the imminent global deep recession will be used to usher in the CBDCs, digital money. And we know they have plans to do that. We've talked about this many times before. But Edward Dowd, a former Wall Street money manager and founding partner of Finance Technologies, predicts a severe financial crash in the United States, potentially worse than the 2008 crash, with the most critical phase expected to unfold in 2025 and into 2026. In an interview last month, he warned of a deep recession triggered by a housing crisis that will lead to a huge financial shock in the next 6 to 12 months, with stock market crashes, job losses, and bank failures likely to intensify. Indeed. We've seen the warning signs, guys. They've been going on for a long time. A central theme in Dowd's analysis is the impending failure of numerous banks, particularly smaller institutions, leading to a major consolidation where the majority of banking activity would be controlled by fewer large banks. This consolidation, he argues, would be a necessary precursor to the introduction of a central bank digital currency, which is a tool for unprecedented government control over financial transactions and people's behavior. And that's the whole point. They want to control people's behavior. They want to make sure you're in line and down with everything that they're doing and that you're not dissenting whatsoever at all. Because if you do, they'll just shut your money off. They'll just shut you out of society. China's already perfected it. They've been doing it there for years. And they've been quietly putting up the same infrastructure in countries around the world, especially the United States, as I just showed you. So Edward Dowd, he's a former BlackRock portfolio manager who oversaw a $14 billion growth equity fund for over a decade and is a co-author of the book of Cause Unknown, The Epidemic of Sudden Deaths in 2021 and 2022, discusses the current state of the financial system, particularly the United States' reliance on debt expansion and monetary interventions like quantitative easing, and the potential consequences of that strategy. So there's a video there too, guys, where you can watch the whole thing. But wow. It's all here. They're setting us up for the big crash. They're getting all the data center infrastructure set up all around the world, especially here in the States, with all of these data centers. And of course, Trump signed that order to make sure that all of our government records, banking records, everything that they have, medical and otherwise, are going to be consolidated into this Palantir database, which is called Foundry. There you go, guys. Wow. Exciting time to be alive, isn't it? I mean, just wow. Well, in case you haven't figured it out yet, don'tspeaknews.com, home base for all that we do. I put a lot of stuff here that we can't speak about anywhere else, including this one here I put up this morning that some of you may have already seen about the you-know-whos that have been jabbed up and spinning their heads. All that and much more here on don'tspeaknews.com. And if you'd like to support us, we're listener supported only. There's a channel support tab up here. You can click on that, and all the links to support us are right here. And we thank you very much for that. Without you guys, we would not be able to stick around. If you want to subscribe to the channel, there's a box at the bottom of every article, but you can also click on this tab, type in your email, click on subscribe, and you're in. If you'd like to send me some links, Don't Speak News at Proton Mail is the way to do that. And then for Rumble, BitChute, Telegram, YouTube, all the different places to find us are right here underneath this tab at don'tspeaknews.com. And that will be it for now. God bless, take care. Johnny Storm, Don't Speak News.